Okay, so today's day 5. So you can see you've got here jar 1. These have been going for 5 days, 4 days, 3 days. Those are the ones we soaked yesterday, and day 5 ones we're going to start today. So again, to start them, I mean, we're basically just putting them in water. They're going to soak for 4 hours. So that's all you really have to do is put enough water that they're floating around. Just stick them up on the counter. These we started yesterday. You can see they're starting to get a little bit of sprout going there. And again, I just put them in the water. I rinse them around. I like to get them off of the side, get them floating around in the water, and then I kind of do a little twisty motion to kind of get them moving around. And then what I do is I just take them and I immediately just lay them down in here so they can start draining. While they're doing that, I grab the next one. So this is the one that's been growing for 2 days, and you can see they're pretty big already. I mean, you can see they're growing, and when you compare them, you know, from there, you can see the ones that are one more day are starting to green up a little bit. So again, I just put them in here, swish them around a little bit, and then I just put those same way, put them on their side so they can drain out. The ones from 3 days ago, again, there's a little more growth. Just put the water, let it fill up. I mean, this is just a very easy process, and you know, depending on how many sprouts you're making, how many you can eat, you may have, you know, 1 or 2, you know, jars going at a time. But keep in mind, it takes you know, once you have a batch and they're done, these are the oldest ones, and you can see the jar is basically full. So I might harvest these later this morning. You know, maybe that's as much growth as we're going to get out of them. I need to check my records and see when actually how these compare with others that I've done. But so depending on how much sprouts you eat, if there's, you know, 1 or 2 people in your household and you're both eating them, you know, you might want you know, start a jar, then 2 days later start another jar, and then 2 days later start another jar, and then, you know, you'll have a consistent number of sprouts coming out at the end of that process, so that you're never out of sprouts. So anyways, that's pretty much it for today. So again, I mean, the jar number 5 up there will go on. It'll soak till about lunchtime. I usually like to try and do this every day at the same time so that I have a consistent process. So I'm going to save a spot here for number 5. We'll go in. Just allows me to see how they all look compared to each other. So put number 3 here next to this, and then they'll get harvested off the end. And once I do that, jar number 1 can start over again, and we'll just keep, you know, we'll have a full process going here. You know, I try and shake them out pretty good. The lids do continue to drain since they're at an angle. They'll continue to drain, and so there you have it. Thanks for listening.